So we are going to make the definitive data-driven Banjo matchup chart. What I mean by data-driven and like definitive is that I'm going to have stuff to back up each thing. It's not just going to be, well, I think, or possibly, or in theory. It's going to be from players I've played at the highest level. This is going to be based off of data, based off of my experience, the people I fought. So we're going to start off with Bayo. So I played Frog, PR player from Las Vegas, and I've played with him quite a bit. He's on my team. And Bayo is a -1 for Banjo, just because Banjo struggles with the witch time. Literally witch time grenades, eggs, Wonder Wing, everything. However, Banjo can blow her up in return, but yeah, definitely a -1. Bowser. Bowser is +1 for Banjo. I have played Leon, the number one Bowser in the world for a long time. And so as I played with him much, if you don't go near Bowser as Banjo, your eggs and grenades, literally he can't get in. And edge guarding him is so free. You throw a grenade off ledge and then Wonder Wing or F smash or all these different things. Like literally Bowser just can't get in on you if you don't let him. So Bowser Jr. +1 for Banjo. Bowser Jr. I've played Zap, TM7 Zap, who's made some waves in Smash Ultimate meta, is Florida PR, I'm pretty sure. He used to beating Spargo and beating others. But I've played him, and when I played him in friendlies and everything, it's a hard +1 for Banjo because my eggs beat out his cart. My grenade is better than his Koopaling. It's just better overall. Is Lovo? Yes, it will be. Next, Captain Falcon. This one's even. So I played Zelen, I believe is their name. They're a good Wi-Fi Captain Falcon, and I've played a lot of different Falcons over the years and everything. And Falcon's an even, just because, like, yeah, I can keep Falcon out. He's great height for Regal combos and for kind of just edge guarding everything. It's great. But on the other hand, he is fast and he gets in on Banjo really easily. And so it's very easy for him to get in and combo us to 50, 60 on 1 or 2 interactions. So it's a hard even. Definitely whoever has a lead is going to win that matchup. Next we have Pokemon Trainer. So Pokemon Trainer, where the heck is Pokemon Trainer? Is Pokemon Trainer not here as a whole? Okay, well, then we'll do Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. So Squirtle is a -1, just because Squirtle is so fast on us and can get such good grabs. We're great combo weight, really good at keeping us out and everything. Ivysaur, hot take, +1, +1 for Banjo. Banjo beats out his leaves. My grenades beat out a lot of everything he wants to do. Up air is good at juggling. It's really good for Banjo. Charizard. I haven't really thought that much about Charizard because I was thinking about PT as a whole, but you said next to Pit. Where's Pit? Aha. Well, PT overall is -1. I'll say that. Overall, -1. Just all the different characters. Charizard, I'm gonna say that we win as well, just because once again, similar to Bowser, we can just keep him out as much as we want to. We don't have to interact if we don't want to. It's all on our own time. Chrom. This is a hard one. I would actually say that we beat Chrom. Now hear me out. The reason we beat Chrom, Krieg, the #1 player in Utah, I played against him tons and played against his Chrom, and I played against a bunch of other Chroms. And he's much better than I am. He's a fantastic player of all different sorties. But I genuinely think that Banjo beats Chrom just because, like, yes, he's fast, he has a sword as disjoints, but Banjo's disjoints and eggs and grenades all beat out Chrom. And then when Chrom's off stage, it's almost guaranteed death every time. I just have to get one down to 1 Wonder Wing, 1 egg, and that's it. Stock gone. So it's like, yeah, we can get comboed and things, but Banjo is just so strong against Chrom in the ledge trapping game and anti-airing. Anti-airing is super good with Nair and up air. So really great overall. Next one, Spargo. I played Spargo at a major last year. He plays Cloud. And especially even after playing him, even more so I'm convinced that Banjo Cloud is even. the way we play, the interactions we had, is Cloud has a big sword and everything too, but if you stay grounded and just catch landings with down tilt, you combo him with your eggs and grenades, and then just free edge guards, kind of similar to Chrome. Like, it is very, very even. Once again, you're going to take damage. That's part of the game. And so I'm not going to base a matchup off of if you're taking damage or not. It's more about the interactions as a whole. So hard even on that. Corrin, so I couldn't find a notable Corrin player that I've played against, and I haven't really grinded the Corrin matchup. I've played Corrins on Wi-Fi and other situations, but I just went to PG stats, which I'll do for some characters. For Corrin, I have a 90% win rate in all the tournaments that I have played Corrin, and so I think Corrin is also a hard even. Corrin does have the juggling and everything, but also similar to Cloud, if you just stay grounded and catch all their landings and use your eggs, which beats out Corrin's fully charged neutral B, and just like call out pin with Wonderwing, like it's very even. It's back and forth. So most of the sorties are this way with Banjo. Crom is, I think, the only one I put down that wins. Next is Peach and Daisy. Now I know Ling is gonna see this matchup chart and be like, "You're crazy, host," but I think we win. We beat Peach and Daisy. Why do we beat Peach and Daisy? So I have played against Ling, who is an incredible Peach player, like probably top 4 in the world. Incredible PR Peach player. And Peach thrives off being able to use float and turnips and things like that. And if you go to a smaller stage as Banjo with Blaster and grenades, you take away their ability to float. And then they have to play grounded because they just get stuffed out every single time. And so it's like, once again, combos, things like that, who cares? They literally, if you take away their key tool, then they're going to have to really adjust and they won't be able to get their 0 to death combos. So I am very like set on this one just because I played Ling. I've also played Empress here in Utah, who was also a PR player and played really well against their Peach. Really, really well. Dark Pit. So I couldn't find any notable Dark Pits that I've played. But I have 100% win rate against all Dark Pits I've ever played against in tournament. Kind of similar for Dark Pit and Pit, I believe. Yeah. I put both of them in winning for Banjo. Pit and Dark Pit really don't have that X factor, and they're just kind of an overall, just like very basic character. And because of that, I'm able to take advantage of them very heavily as Banjo. And that is kind of scary in like the current meta, because advantage state is such an important part of this game that if your advantage state is weak, then you're not going to be able to win games. So yeah, Dark Pit, Pit, both of them are in winning for Banjo. All right, Dark Samus. So once again, didn't have a Dark Samus I played again that was notable, but I have a 71% win rate against them in all the tournaments that I've entered. And so Dark Samus is even. Why is this even? So Dark Samus obviously has a really good forward air and all their great projectiles, but Grenade beats out fully charged Charge Shot. Eggs beat out semi-charged Charge Shot. But Samus and Dark Samus both have really great ledge trapping. They have great up airs, great forward airs, just great buttons overall. And so really it is very back and forth, and whoever gets the lead the quickest usually is the one who wins the game, because they can, Banjo and Dark Samus and Samus can both hold the lead for a long time and also just extend that lead. We'll talk about Samus too, just because we're mentioning them. Yagarasu, yes. A prominent Wi-Fi Samus we've played. It's been very even every single time we've played. There's never really a definitive person on either side. So just very, very convinced of that. Next we have Diddy Kong. So I've actually played Madison Turner, PR player, and this is back in 2020 when I was trash, and they were a PR player at the time, and I beat them. And so I think Diddy Kong is even, because Banjo's grenades and eggs can get rid of Monkey Flip really easily, and Wonderwing also takes it out very quick. And even when you take their banana and hold the banana, this goes for all projectile characters, Banjo still has access to his entire kit at all times. And so literally being able to take his banana, take away one of their tools, and still have access to Banjo's is huge. Then on the flip side, of course, Banjo can be comboed, and Diddy's air acceleration is so much better than Banjo. So it is just even overall. Next character, Donkey Kong. So I played Chunky Kong when he wasn't as good, but still when he was phenomenal. It's a +2 for Banjo. Banjo just takes care of everything Donkey Kong wants to do. You want to jump? Up air. Oh, you want to dash attack? Grenades. Oh, you want to try to grab me? Eggs. Oh, you're off stage? Grenade. Like, I cover everything, and DK literally just like, if he gets in, lots of damage, but that's a heavy overall. But Banjo can just keep it out at all times. Dr. Mario. So I played Bacon, a very well-known Dr. Mario player, as well as Mint here, a PR player here in Utah that plays Dr. Mario, and it's a +2. Dr. Mario's recovery is just awful. He's really slow, so Banjo can just keep him out and kill him really fast off stage, and just, it's really, really good for Banjo overall. Duck Hunt. Big Duck Hunt fan. Well-known, beat Tweak, has had some other really good wins. And I believe we go even. This is something I've developed over time and really thought about, is just because eggs are really good at stuffing out what they want to do, their projectiles, and actually dash attack goes right under can. So if you predict that, you can just roll right under can and hit Duck Hunt. Of course, you have to be careful with Wonder Wings, but once again, it's just a back and forth battle. So, alrighty, next we have Falco. Falco up here in that solid -2. I've played Butter Kicks, as well as some other really good Falco players. And like, Falco is very hard for Banjo. This is just because Falco's a combo heavy character. Banjo's great combo weight. And also just his reflector is almost like frame 1. And so anytime I try to get projectile out, unless I bait out the reflector, I'm gonna eat my projectile right back. And even Wonder Wing is so risky against him, and so the only exploitable place is the recovery, but because of Falco's high jump, it is very easy for them to mix it up. So we just kind of get bodied. Right after Falco, right alongside him, the other Spacey, Fox. We also get bodied by Fox, because Fox just has such fast buttons and gets in our face so quickly that it's hard to deal with it. And I've played Sticky. He's been number 3 in Utah for quite a bit. He's very, very good. And every time we play it, it's hard to even get any buttons out. So very good matchup for Fox. It's kind of hard. Ganondorf, +2 for Banjo. Solid +2. Matt Bro, well-known online Wi-Fi player, as well as a former PR player in Utah. He has wins on Spargo, I'm pretty sure, and some other people. But Ganon's just slow, he hits hard, and his recovery sucks. And like, literally Banjo can just pull out Blaster and nair on shield over and over and over again, and really Ganondorf can't do anything. Like, literally Ganons just have to outplay you so hard to win. Like, it is very much a +2 for Banjo. Next, Greninja. So Mo, who's known for being a prominent Duck Hunt player, also plays Greninja. And after playing against Mo and other Greninjas, I do believe it is even. Why is it even? It's even just because Banjo has his up air and his nairs to catch all those high kind of landing aerials, as well as Banjo can just grab and up smash out a shield when Greninjas try to dash attack. Their projectile is really slow at charging, so you can Wonder Wing through it with good timing. It's just, it's not as oppressive as you'd think it would be. So, yeah. Next is Ice Climbers, and I've played Peckham's Ice Climbers. JP is a former PR player here in Utah, and it's a +2 for Banjo. Banjo's just so good at separating them in real time on defense, on offense. Like, literally everything we do can separate. Nair beats out side B. You can Nair drag down the recovery. You can shoot eggs. Like, it's just, we do everything that they don't want to happen. And a lot of the times we don't have to interact if we don't need to. So super, super good for Banjo. Next, Ike. That's a -1. Now, let me explain. Like, Ike's recovery is free to Wonder Wing and punish, but he has just those huge disjointed aerials. He can kind of jump over our stuff quickly. He's not that fast on the ground, but in the air, he just covers so much. And so Banjo has to stay grounded, and even when you stay grounded and try to contest with a down tilt, that nair and everything still goes over pretty well. So it's like, the recovery is very exploitable, but overall, everything else, we really, really struggle. Got that experience from RM8, the Wi-Fi warrior, the most experienced Flare in Smash Ultimate. So double jump there. Next we have Incineroar. I've played MRW as well as other really talented Incineroar players. It's a +1. Literally, Banjo, yeah, you can rack up rage off grenades and eggs, but literally super baitable. You can easily get him off stage. You can get great egg combos, grenade combos, and kill really early off edge guards. And so down tilt's great for his side B, for his up B. If you call it up B, you can do Wonder Wing as well when you're trying to ledge trap and edge guard. So just overall, really great advantage state. Next we have Inkling. Inkling is an even matchup, and I've played Valor. He's been literally Utah PR since the game came out until present. I actually played him last night. So Inkling is obviously fast, has their ink, but they don't have a lot of kill confirms, and their really main approach tool is back air. And after back air, they usually go for a jab or a grab, and that can be beat out by Banjo's frame 4 jab. You can exploit a lot of the things with nairs, up airs, grenades on roller, Wonder Wing roller. It's just very back and forth. It's never a very decisive kind of siding on each side. Next we have Isabelle. Now, I hate this, but Isabelle is -1. She is -1. I've played Miss Cyan. No, not Miss Cyan. That's a Pikachu player. I can't remember who I played, but I've played quite a few good Isabelles, including one here in Utah, and goes by Weezer. And Isabelle can pocket grenade, and we don't get it back. Also very good at camping. Fishing rod beats out Wonder Wing and everything else. So it's just like has a lot of stuff to beat us out and kind of neuter our game plan. Honestly, is a good way of putting it. And so it's something that really can be difficult to deal with. So just it's hard to play around those things, and like the really only saving grace is like angle down F tilt breaks Lloyd in one hit, and then eggs can sometimes clank with slingshot, but it's still very hard overall. Next we have Jigglypuff, and of course the man, the myth, legend have played Hungry Box quite a few times, and Banjo wins +1. Literally, it's similar to a lot of other characters. She can't get in on Banjo. We can literally run away back air. We can throw tons of grenades, eggs, Wonder Wing if they commit too hard once. TG chases on platforms, kills Puff at what, like 45? Just overall, really good advantage for Banjo. The only thing is edge guarding, even then, if you preemptively prepare for it, then you can still get stocks. And avoid losing yours early. Now Ken. So I've played Vendetta and some other good Kens, and it's even. Just because, actually no, I'm gonna lower that. Ken can be very difficult for Banjo, and the fact that he's so explosive and he wants to just run at you and hit you and get in. And when he does get in, you take so much damage, and it becomes really hard to get out of that disadvantaged state. And like you can keep him away, but his projectiles aren't as good as keeping Ken away as other characters. So yeah, I would say we lose just because it can be difficult. King DDD. So I hate this character, especially on Wi-Fi. I've played Colt and some other really good Wi-Fi DDDs, as well as some offline, and we win this matchup +1. I lose this matchup sometimes just because I get impatient and I don't lose things, but we literally can juggle them forever. Eggs and grenades reflect back Gordo. Wonder Wing will 2-frame their up B over and over and over again. It's just we realistically should always win that matchup. That's just me being bad and impatient, but it is a very good matchup. Then we have King K. Rool. We win this one as well. I used to think it was more difficult, but literally we can just juggle K. Rool, and we can also use grenades and eggs to break through the crown armor, and use Wonder Wing as well. Break shields. Really, really good. I've played Copel. Good. I think he's PR in his region. I've also played Oa, who is PR here in Utah, or used to be. And so I've had some good success against them and learned a lot. But yeah, just we definitely win that, just because really K. Rool has his cheese and his belly armor, but if you play around that well, it's very doable. Then we have Kirby +1. Kirby, very similar. Can keep Kirby away. Once Kirby gets in, we take a lot of damage, but I mean, we can keep Kirby away super great. Like we literally just F tilt, grenade, back air, up air to catch landings. Wonder Wing also 2 frames their up B. So really they have to change their entire game plan when approaching. I played G-Jaw quite a while ago actually, and that's when I was really bad and I still almost won. And so even as I've played more people, I've played the Mexican Kirby who just won a tournament. We went 2-1 when I was worse. Like it was like 2 years ago or something. But yeah, I've had lots of success against Kirby. But yeah, we definitely won that one. Link. So I've played Gale Wing, a prominent Wi-Fi Link. I don't know if he's as active anymore. But I do think we win this +1. All our projectiles just clank with his over and over and over. Edge guarding super easy. And then timing. If you Wonder Wing when they're throwing boomerang, always gonna hit. Always. It's super laggy. I've played also like Sen did the secondary Link one time in bracket and I beat his Link. It's just it's very good for Banjo. Our up air beats his nair, and so I can neutralize that and force him to land other ways. So just overall really good at counterplaying all the things that Link wants to do. Next we have Little Mac. So I played Salt King, prominent Wi-Fi Little Mac. Not sure if he's still active, but that's a +1 for us as well. It's not +2 just by the fact that if he catches up to us, we take so much damage and get kind of bodied. But at the same time, we get him off stage, down tilt, Wonder Wing, everything. And so it's really, really good for us, like to kill them fast. Like we can kill them at 0 easily. But at the same time, we have to be careful though, so we don't get destroyed in neutral. Next we have Luigi, and I've played Waka and quite a few good Luigis, and Luigi +1. Literally, I have a very good winning record against Luigi's just because literally drag down Nair at 0 off stage, you're dead. Just stock taken. And as soon as you can use Blaster and Grenade to keep them away from being able to get the 0 to deaths, and just everything is so easy for us. Like you're gonna get comboed because it's Luigi, that's the character, but that doesn't mean we lose the matchup. There's a lot of characters like that, but we do really well. And then we have, let's see, next we have Mario. So Mario, I've played against Nimbus here in Utah, who he is a top 20 player, and like he's made huge upsets, including he made the biggest upset of Genesis 2023. So he's a very, very good Mario. He's sometimes inconsistent for his own mental that he gets stuck with, but overall, like he's fantastic. But Mario, he thinks Mario destroys Banjo. Mario and Banjo, it's even, in my opinion. It's very even just by the fact that, like, yes, we get comboed and Mario can get in on us, but at the same time, we can make it so Mario never lands. We can edge guard Mario really well. We're able to keep him out if we get a lead. It's very hard for Mario to come back from that lead. So really good stuff on both sides. It's just more of who gets a lead first and who holds it. So then we have, let's see, Lucario. Lucario is an even as well. I beat Armadillo a year ago, I think, and I was much worse, but I did beat Armadillo, and it's because like Lucario does have his rage mechanic and everything, but Banjo's really good at taking early stocks and really good at keeping characters out. And so when Armadillo was playing with me, like he'd want to get in or try to use that cheese, but it's like I wouldn't give him the opportunity to. Now obviously they can air camp us, which is where it can be really useful, but otherwise, yeah, it's just an even matchup. Then we have Lucas. So I haven't played against a prominent Lucas player. I looked and see what experience I have, but so we're gonna use PG stats again. I've had a 78% win rate against Lucas, and all the time I played him, and I actually do believe Lucas is a even matchup. That reason being because they have PK Fire that can keep us out, as well as PK Freeze, forcing us to kind of adjust, but at the same time, we can really frustrate Lucas's game plan with our tools. So just even. Then we have, let's see, Lucina. So I've played quite a few PR Lucinas, including Roost here in Utah, and Lucina's even, just genuinely. Lucina's just even. The reason why I say that is just because, once similar to Cloud and other sorties like I mentioned, we can just stay grounded, catch landings with down tilt, use our blaster because they're so tall, which is so good, and call out some crappy recoveries. And so that honestly goes for Marth as well. They're both even. Krieg, number 1 in Utah, also played Marth, and like I would take games off his Marth all the time. And so I've just really the experience with both those characters. It's very even. It really is just about outplaying. Next we have Mega Man. So Blitz Luigi, I got some time to play with him in Boston, and Mega Man is winning over Banjo. So -1 for Banjo, just because sorry, I'm thinking Blitz Luigi. Mega Man can be really difficult for us to deal with, just because he has his pellets and everything. Oh, what just happened? What did I do? Oh, there we go. He has his pellets and everything, which can be hard for us to deal with and kind of adjust. But at the same time, like we have ways of getting around it, but like Leaf Shield is obnoxious because it goes through eggs and grenades. The only thing that really beats it that we have is Wonder Wing, which can also be extremely risky to try to go for. So let's see. Then we have Meta Knight. Hot take, we beat Meta Knight. Played Bonk, beat Bonk, played other Meta Knights, and just we do well against the character because he likes to run at you, likes to be aggressive, but we can really keep him out well with our tilts and eggs and grenades, just because he actually is the perfect size for egg combos and you can kill really early with it. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna get rushed down. That's the character's game plan, but we have a lot to counteract what he wants to do. Then we have Mewtwo. Mewtwo, I'm trying to think of all the people I've played, but it's a +1 for us. Mewtwo is just so large, and that tail hitbox is so big. Our combos work so well against him. Like the only downside is really like his confusion or whatever it is, the side B that you know, like spins you, does catch Wonder Wing out of it. But I mean, if you're doing raw Wonder Wing and he has the time to do that, that's on you. But overall, he's just so big. All of our game plan works against him. There's not really a lot of adjustment we have to make, and especially too because of how big his hurt boxes are, we're able to use our Nair really well. Mii Brawler. So Mii Brawler, even, hard even. Played Osh 9, played Fire the Pyro, played Mac here in Utah's PR, and it's even, and we agree on that as well. It's even just because, like, yeah, Mii Brawler can jump in, it's kind of similar to Fox, but it's much easier for Banjo to anti-air, edge guard, kind of take stocks on Mii Brawler, and it's just back and forth. Then we have Mii Gunner, and I do believe we beat Mii Gunner. Mii Gunner is a very campy, spammy character, and it can be very obnoxious. However, we are so much faster than Mii Gunner, and so we can throw out projectiles fast, get in on them, take stocks, edge guard really well. They're good at keeping away and playing solid, but we play really well and getting in on them. So Lol Yoshi is who I've played other ones, and it's really good. Mii Sword Fighter. Let me get a drink quick. Mii Sword Fighter. That's a +1 for us also. I've played against Nick SF, who played tons against in quarantine, and he won the majority of those, but I was really bad back then. And I did win, I believe, one set, and I've played against others, and I still just think it's winning for Banjo. Just the way the game plan works, going through everything. And so I definitely think just Banjo has the tools to be able to beat them pretty solidly. Just way faster, can go through Tornado really well. Hi Jason, welcome to the channel. Jason is new here, he just joined. And I believe Banjo is a high tier. Bottom of high tier, like high tier, mid tier, around there. Then we have Game & Watch. In Game & Watch, I've played Meister. And I would put Game & Watch in losing for us. The only reason it's losing is just because we struggle to kind of juggle Game & Watch. We struggle to kind of try to, you know, push that advantage state because he's so good at getting out of it. And also the bucket, if you were careless, the bucket is so easy to get and kills you super early. However, we can 2-frame with Wonder Wing. We can also catch raw jumps with up tilt, take stocks early. So, but overall, Game & Watch just does still beat us pretty solidly. Next we have Ness, and I've played a lot of Ness just because because of Send was number 1 here in Utah, number 2 for a bit, then number 1 again, and just I've played him quite a bit, played other Nesses, and it's even, just because Ness can spam like crazy and get in on you and do all the crazy Ness stuff. However, Banjo can keep him out pretty well as use eggs to stuff out all his aerial approaches, and also just off stage, down tilt, Wonder Wing, eggs, snare drag down, super easy to take stocks. You can take them really early. And up air, super good for catching all of Nessa's landing options because it's disjointed. So great stuff. Olimar. Yep, let's go to that -2, baby. Played Army Ollie, they're from Texas, I believe. But it's just hard for Banjo because Pikmin stop Wonder Wing, Pikmin stop eggs, Pikmin stop grenade, Pikmin stop everything. And you have to play so differently even just to get damage. One of the best tools we have is just forward air because it's safe and faster. But yeah, it's really, really hard. Taking stocks is very hard, and even just getting damage, period. Then we have the Pac-Man. Another even. Pac-Man has all his fruits and has Hydrant and can camp you really well. Well, Banjo can stop all fruits with egg. Banjo can throw his grenade to stop charging fruit. Up air will clank with aerial Hydrant, and forward air will beat out Hydrant in one hit. Forward tilt's really good. Wonder Wing will beat out a lot. It's just, it's very back and forth. And this one is a lead-based matchup. Whoever gets the lead first usually is going to win the game. That's just how it goes. It's a game of keep away, 100%. Next we have, where even are we? All over the place. Palutena. So we just played Chag in Coinbox. We just played Chag, and I've also played Quinn. And I played them offline and online, and it's -1. It's -1 for Banjo. Palu does win. I used to think it's even, and I still I'll lean even, but it is -1 just because Palu has so many tools to just kind of explode us, whereas we have to be a little bit more precise, but Palu can just kind of do whatever they want. So we do have to outplay. It's not terrible. Like I said, it'd be a 0.5 in my mind, but I'm just going to do -1. I don't believe in only 0.5 tiers. But I do think she does win. Alrighty. Then we have, let's see, Pichu. Pichu's an even. And this is kind of an interesting one. Pichu's an even just because Pichu doesn't have that kind of quick attack that Pikachu has. Just because that makes a huge difference, because they're not able to just get in on us when we're picking an option that may be laggier, such as eggs or grenades and things. So we're able to use all of our options, and especially Wonder Wing, we kill them super early. But of course, Pichu is explosive and fast and small, so they can get us right back. But it's not bad whatsoever. Pikachu. So I've played ESAM. I've gotten coaching from ESAM. Even. I genuinely do think it's even because we can Wonder Wing Pikachu whenever they do T-Jolt, just because there's enough lag on it. We can also use eggs to beat out T-Jolt. We can also use all of our different two-framing moves when they're trying to recover. There's just lots we can do to counteract. But then, of course, Pikachu is small, can T-Jolt to start lots of combos, and kind of push us to the brink. So, great stuff from both sides, but it is just even. Next we have Piranha Plant. Now, I haven't played a well-known Piranha Plant player. I've played some, but no one who's super notable. But I do have an 83% win rate, according to PG Stats, of all the Piranha Plants I've played in tournament. So I do believe Piranha Plant loses to us, and we're up +1 on them. Just because we can Wonder Wing whenever they want to do Kazooie. We can do eggs whenever they want to go through their poison cloud or kind of other options, but we just have everything to kind of counteract what they want to do, and that makes it pretty easy for us. Then let's see. Next we have let's see, where even am I? Okay, we have Richter. So Flips, he's a good Wi-Fi player. I've actually beaten him every time we've played other great Wi-Fi players, and it's +1. It is 100% +1 for Banjo. Our eggs beat out all of their different things that they're wanting to do in neutral. And also Wonder Wing from ledge is super good just because we can jump and go through everything and hit them. as well as edge guarding, we can just drop down Nair and kill them at 0 if we wanted to, honestly. And so it's really just, it's hard for them to get in, especially too if you play keep away with Blaster. The only thing they really have is just their whip, and if you stay, excuse me, if you stay out of that threat range, you really don't take any major damage or issues. All right, then we have Ridley. Now Ridley, I've played some good Ridley players. I believe it's Blitzpawn, I'm not positive, but I've played some really good Ridley players, and we win +1. Ridley is big. Eggs and grenades work great. Edge guarding super easy. Damage is super easy. And so really Ridley struggles to get in unless we do something stupid. Then we have Rob, MK Big Boss. Big Boss, played Big Boss, took game off of him. This is when I was much worse. I've played lots of Rob since. It's even. Banjo can juggle through Nair, through Rob's Nair with up air. I can use grenade when he tries to land as well. Gyro and egg clank, Wonder Wing to catch laser startup. It's even. I do believe it's very even, just because like we both have a lot of tools, and Rob is so big, we're able to exploit his weaknesses, and he can exploit ours. So hard even. Andreas Ridley not being +2 in a matchup chart. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say he's that bad. Let's see. Next we have Robin. So I've played Inarmonia, who I believe is a PR Robin, as well as Star here in Utah, who was an honorable mention on PR. It's a +1 for Banjo. All of eggs go through all spells, all fire, all everything. The only thing that it doesn't go through is Thoron, which, I mean, they're not going to use that often. Wonder Wing is good if you jump over the fire. There's a lot of lag. We can juggle really well. Edge guarding is really easy. The only thing that we really lose to is Levin Sword, but if you stay grounded, they really don't have any way of abusing that. And that's really their main kill tool. So it's really good. Keeping them out kind of frustrates them. So I've had some good wins with it, and I still will die on that hill. It's +1. Rosalina, I don't have any notable Rosalina players that I've played or that I could think of, but I do have a 100% win rate against Rosalinas in bracket. Every single bracket I've played against, it's been a 100% win rate. So I do believe Rosalina's +1, just because we do have the tools also to get rid of Luma pretty quick in everything that we do. And so it's just we can get rid of Luma, not have to deal with them at all. Grenades, eggs, Wonder Wing 2, just we don't have to deal with Luma like other matchups have to. Now, Roy. I did say we beat Cromp, we lose to Roy. Roy is just so fast and so aggressive and has a much better recovery that just when he gets on us, we take lots of damage, and it's very easy for Roy to contest instead of other characters like Cromp. Ryu. So I played Rorda quite a bit. Rorda used to be like the #1 player on Instagram Smash, back when the game first started. He would get wins on everyone. I do think we beat Ryu. Why do we beat Ryu? Just because Ryu's fireball is super good. Eggs go through it. Eggs go through all those zoning options. We also can just juggle really well whenever they jump, but it's different from Ken, where Ken's aggression can cause a lot of problems for us, but Ryu is just a lot more basic, doesn't have that kind of super aggressive game, so we're able to combat that much easier. Sheik. So I have played against Void and some other good Sheik players, and it is -1 for us. For Banjo, just because Sheik is so fast, can land and you do your heavy combos, and while they don't do a lot of damage and we can take stocks, it's just you're constantly on the back foot as Banjo. There's never really a time it's like, sweet, we have an advantage. It's like crap. Oh, we got a couple of hits. Crap. Like, even if we're not taking tons of damage, we're always on the back foot, which sucks. So next we have Shulk. So I have played what is it? How do you say it? Ledgeman, and other Shulks as well, online and in person. And I do believe it's even. Shulk has his sword and his Monado arts, but Banjo does have the tools to keep Shulk out and also kind of punish him really hard for doing dumb things. Edge guarding is also super easy. So it's just even back and forth. Next we have Snake. So I have played Kronos. And I played a PR Snake last night, and I 2-0'd him. It's very even. It's another matchup where it's just whoever gets the lead first wins. because we have all our projectiles and can play keep away, but also like if whoever does something stupid gets punished. Like for example, if Snake does a cipher like at the wrong height, I can just Wonder Wing and kill you because you don't have the time to get out before I can kill you. So definitely a really good thing for both sides. Just once again, whoever gets the lead first normally wins. That's just normally how it goes. Okay, this is the biggest hot take of the entire matchup chart, but hear me out. I have played Sonics. I did well against him. I didn't win, but I did well. I have beaten Blue Jay. I have beaten Valor. I've beaten almost every Sonic player I've played. I have a 60% win rate. Banjo beats Sonic. +1. I will die on this hill. Sonic wants to approach me super aggressive, and we take damage when he gets in. Yeah, whatever. We have everything to stop him from approaching, as well as easy edge guards, as well as Wonder Wing to call out options when they don't have jumps. And so that is the biggest hot take I have, but I will die on that hill. And it's from experience. Like I said, the experiences that I have are against good players. Valor, once again, is a PR player here in Utah. Blue Jay I think he's a really good player. Beat him in Coinbox. Tons of other Sonic players that I've beaten. I beat a Sonic today. I beat a Sonic yesterday. Like, it's just, there's so many Sonics I've played well against. It's hard for me to ever look at it as even or losing, when really it's just, we have everything to prevent Sonic from doing his full game plan. And even when we're down, we have our grenades and eggs and everything to help us like shorten that gap. So next we have Toon Link. Now Toon Link +1. I don't care, it's +1. I've played Marvelous Marco, beat him. I've played Death Arcana here in Utah's top 20 player, and just Banjo, like he's stubby and he has his projectiles, but similar to Link, like we beat out all the projectiles, and we also can play keep away really well. Tilts are great in this matchup, and then also just juggling, super good. Super good for Banjo against Toon Link, so it's a win. Villager, different from Isabelle. I do think we lose to Isabelle. I would say that we go even with Villager. They don't have the fishing rod, and the Lloyds are easy to play around, so it's definitely just kind of a different game plan. And so though they can take a grenade, it definitely is not like end of the world if they do take it. There's tons of other things we can do. Alrighty, let's see here. Next we have Wii Fit Trainer. So JFlyT PR Wii Fit Trainer here. This is a -1 for Banjo. Wii Fit Trainer, just with deep breathing, soccer ball and everything, just she can zone out with the Sun Salutation, with soccer ball, can also buff herself. And while we can contest, just when she gets in on us after zoning us for so long, like we take a lot of damage. So let's see. Android saying that it's a -2. TG has beaten Ken decisively multiple times. And Tweak, even when Tweak was messing around with Banjo, he's playing friendlies with Sonics and beat Sonics with Banjo. So I'll die on that hill. Dying on it. Wolf. Okay. Wolf, I've played Danny, a really good Wolf player. I've also played some PR Wolf Splash Daddy here in Utah. It is a -1, not a -2. It's a -1, just because laser goes through our eggs and grenades, and also just Wolf can get in on us and we take tons of damage, and you just have to play so grounded. Like we have to change our game plan a lot to be able to win. So it is something we definitely have to adjust to be able to win. Like it's not impossible, but it is losing for us. Then we have Yoshi. Yoshi, even, very even. Yoshi has his eggs and everything, but we can play around them really well. It doesn't inhibit any of our game plan. But at the same time, we have to be really careful and respect a lot of Yoshi's options. If you watch, TG has beaten Yoshidora. He's lost twice, but one of the losses was game 5 last hit situation. But if you watch those sets, very back and forth, no dominance from either player. Young Link, I've played Kyros, even. This one is better than Link and Toon Link just because he's faster. He has really good combos with his projectiles, so he's not having to be up close constantly. Just really, really good at kind of spamming in your face, but at the same time, similar to other Links, the weaknesses that they have, we do well against those weaknesses. Let's see here. Zelda. Zelda, we go even with. I've played Ven, as well as Ty or Abby here in Utah. And it's very even. Like, yes, there's Phantom. Yes, there's Neutral Bee. Okay, fine. You know what? I'll go to losing. I'll back off on this one. And I would say just the Neutral Bee to keep us away when we try to get close, as well as keep away our projectiles. But the thing is, too, we have a lot of counterplay, but it definitely does inhibit how we play as well. So I'll give it up. It's a -1. ZSS. This is another situation where, yes, you're gonna think I'm crazy. PR player here in Utah, can't remember their name, played ZSS, never lost to them. Always beating them. Played Shu, some on Wi-Fi, done super well against Shu. A lot of other ZSSs, we don't have to change our game plan at all when we play against ZSS. Like, ZSS is fast and can kill us, but we don't have to change it all. And because she's so tall, egg combos are so easy, really easy to go against. So yeah, great stuff overall. Wario. Okay. Did I not put Wario? Oh, I did. What the heck? Why is he down there? Okay, Wario. I'm gonna say Wario is even. The reason why. Wario is really stubby, doesn't have any projectiles, doesn't have any way of getting in besides landing on you. Banjo's disjointed options are really good at keeping him out. However, when he does get in, we take so much damage and die a lot of times. So I would say it's a hard even, very back and forth. Not really any X factor. Like, we both have our X factors, but neither of them really cancel out the other. Next, my other hot take. We go even with Joker. Joker is fast, Joker has his combos, but kind of similar to ZSS, he's tall. This is really good for combos. His recovery is very linear, very easy for us to punish. Eggs are very good against Gun and Eha. Just, we have a lot to do. And so, like, it is very good for us to, like, play neutral against, and, like, we might lose sometimes, but it's nothing impossible. So I definitely think it's even, and like I said, I've played Sharp, I've played other good Joker players, and like we just saw, TG just demolished MK Leo. And yes, Leo doesn't have the matchup experience, but still, Banjo has all the tools to deal with Joker, and Joker has the tools vice versa. So I do think it's even. Hero, we do lose to Hero. Hero just has so many spells that are so fast, as well as side B, that, like, we can get in, we can have options, but he just explodes us so quickly, so quickly. And so it's just, even if we might have advantage state or things are going well, yeah, we are going to die a lot. And Sparkle was the Hero player I've played. Sparkle's a PR player from Washington State, I believe. A couple others. Next, Sai. Terry. We lose to Terry. Terry is, I call Terry Carry Bogard. Go is such a nuisance, and Terry can just do whatever he wants. Everything's really safe, and then just very rarely gets punished. We have some counterplay, but we just can't go near him. Anytime we commit, we lose, which is really hard, which makes it so we have to change our entire game plan against the character. Byleth. Byleth, I would say, is an even. This one I'm not super sure about. I haven't really played a lot of Byleths, but I do have a 70% win rate against all Byleths I've ever played. And so he's very linear game plan. He has his disjoints, but also we have our projectiles and everything to keep him out, and we can Wonder Wing on any committal options. Let's see. Min Min. So Min Min is even. It is. I just suck at the matchup so much. So much. TG has dismantled Doramigi, Protobanum. I've played against some really good Min-Mins like Poke Lover, Speedy Blue Dude, who was PR with Min-Min. And just, we can kill Min-Min so well, and we can get in on Min-Min and punish her for dumb things, but also at the same time, Min-Min is Min-Min. Min-Min's game plan is to keep you out, is to punish you hard. So it's just very back and forth. Like, we both have to adjust our game plans. Like, Min-Min can't commit as hard in a lot of situations, and we can't be jumping too much, but it's not enough to say that, oh, it's just terrible for either side. Next is Steve. Steve, we do lose -1, but I would even put like 0.5, not even -1. But once again, I don't believe in the 0.5 tiers. That's stupid. This is just basically literally all these tiers are we really lose, we lose, it's even, to we win, we really win. So no need for 0.5s and all that nonsense. Steve is Steve. We can break blocks with forward air. We have our projectiles. But at the end of the day, we make 1 or 2 mistakes and we just die. And we're great combo weight. And also you can use blocks to block Wonder Wing. We don't go through it. Who knows why, but so is life. Thankfully, and I played Mac here in Utah, a Steve player, who is very good. Then there's Sephiroth, who is even. Sephiroth is Sephiroth. Yeah, you have your disjoints and everything, but also Sephiroth's just, he's a good character, but he's nothing crazy. I have an 80% win rate against them. In all the matches that I've played against them, so lots of experience and also really good win rates. Pyra and Mithra. Pyra, even. Mithra, -1. Mithra is literally just Sheik with a sword, so we get overwhelmed really easily. We can edge guard really well against them. Pyra is super slow, and so we can take advantage way more than Mithra. But yeah, we still lose overall of them together, but individually we do better against Pyra, just because she is slower. Though she does hit harder, it's much easier to juggle, stay away, kind of play our own game plan. Then we have Kazuya. I've played Brujo, prominent Wi-Fi player, and Kazuya is even. Kazuya explodes us when he gets in, but he does that to everyone. That's something special. We can keep him out really well and do our combos against him really well, and that jump squat makes it so we're easier to punish a lot of stuff because he just has that slower jump squat. And so really it goes even because he's Kazuya, and it goes even on our side just because Banjo has a lot of tools to play keep away, not give him that game plan that he wants to play in. Then very lastly, we have Sora, and we do lose against Sora, unfortunately. Sora just is really good at keeping us away with his projectiles, as well as sometimes when he goes in on us, spamming his training mode combos and just making our life really, really hard. And so he can be very difficult for us to deal with, because if we overcommit at any point, then we can take a butt ton of damage. So really, it's just, he is hard. There's counterplay, and the thing is too, if we Wonder Wing, he can kill us at 50, like just with his counter. So anywho, guys, this is the definitive Banjo matchup chart, and I say definitive just because it is based off of data. It is based off experience. It is not based off of like hearsay or thoughts or just like hypothetical situations. It is based off all my different experiences, and it's a very optimistic chart. Like I said, I do believe Banjo is a high tier. Like he, in a previous video, I mentioned he's a solid mid tier. Realistically, top of mid tier, bottom of high tier, right there in between. Like, he plays really, really well. He has a lot of even and quite a few losing, but he does have good, relevant winning matchups. And so it's something to keep in mind when you're playing the character.